Hello and welcome to Western Nurseries Lincoln. My name is Catherine Cooper. I'm the floor coordinator here, so most of the time you'll find me inside, but today they let me come out to play with the flowers, and I want to talk about some of the perennials that are really doing their thing at the beginning of June. On the table here we have some of the early blooming perennials. We have garden phlox, both tall varieties and the shorter pale pink here. And interspersed is the lychnis here. It's a really great plant for dry, hot, sunny spaces. I have it in my yard. I allow it to self-seed, so it pops up all over the place, but you don't have to allow that to happen. And as you can see, the pinks contrast nicely with the pale yellows and apricot of the roses. If you want to know more about roses, check out our video online done by our Lincoln Garden Centre manager, Suzanne Thatcher. I do have some other perennials to show you that are also great at this time of year. The first thing is catmint, and I have sort of examples of both sizes. It can be really neat and compact. It can be tall and billowing. This one is actually called Walker's Low, although that is a bit of a misnomer because it's one of the taller ones. And here, this is picture perfect. And the nice thing about these is once this round of flowers finishes, cut them back to the base, they will flush out new growth, and you will get another round of colour a little bit later on. Following on from those, we have Salvia, which is also doing its thing at the moment. This one, most of them are purple, some of them are white, and this one here is pink profusion. So upright, again, it's another plant that if you deadhead, you will get a few more flowers to keep the season going. But when it really does finish, the one that it hands over to in a similar style is Veronica. And as you can see, these plants are also very upright, spiky in their flowers, and they bloom a little bit later than the salvias, so keeps that style going on. And then to give a little bit of color contrast and also flower shape, this is blanket flower, and mostly they come in shades of red and yellow, orange as well. This native-are is actually mango, as the color suggests. Again, it likes hot, dry sun, so it does really well in the summer in my yard. And again, I allow it to self-seed. Not only do the pollinators love it, but things like goldfinches love the seeds as well. So by self-seeding, I mean that you don't cut off the dead flowers, allow them to produce the seed and just let it fall where it is, and you will get new plants, seedlings, volunteers, however you want to call them, come up hopefully the next year. If you don't want that to happen, by all means deadhead them. After all, we can always have too much of a good thing, but I'm the type of gardener who likes to allow nature to do its own thing a little bit. So here we have another native-are that blooms this time of year. It's a Penstemon, and this one is Prairie Dusk. Penstemon are great. They offer a fairly long bloom period, 3 to 4 weeks if you're lucky. And the flowers come usually in shades of pinks and purples. This one is quite striking, quite sturdy. So they do well with other cottage garden plants. And again, contrasts nicely with the Coreopsis, which I also have here. Another native-are in this case. This one is Sun-Kiss. And you can see the flowers are a nice bright yellow with chocolate centers. Again, another plains plant that does well in the open sun. So these are my recommendations for sun-loving perennials that are blooming at the beginning of June. These go well together because they contrast on the color wheel, but you don't have to follow my recommendations. There are plenty to choose from. Come down and see us or any of our locations. We have lots of wonderful plants like this.